FOP is a catastrophic sabotage of the body's skeletal system. There's no other condition like it in nature. Essentially, the body turns one normal organ system into another. This process of metamorphosis is very, very elusive scientific process that's been shrouded in mystery for thousands of years. Essentially, children who have FOP look normal when they're born. Around the age of 2 to 5, very suddenly, painful swellings that look like tumors begin to appear on the children's neck and back, shoulder areas, shoulder girdles. They can come up overnight. I mean, it's astonishing how rapidly they can arise. Over the course of the next several weeks, each of these lumps generally undergoes a metamorphosis. It transforms the muscles in which it's arising, the muscles and tendons and ligaments and soft tissues, into a bone, into a piece of bone. Eventually, these ribbons and sheets and plates of bone replace the body's muscles, tendons, ligaments, all of our moving parts, and render movement completely impossible. And any attempt to remove this extra bone leads to explosive and catastrophic episodes of new bone formation. It's one thing to describe FOP, it's another thing to actually see it take over the life and the body of a child, to see how it really transforms their body, but also to understand at a human level, at a very, very human level, what it is doing to children as they're growing and developing. Instead of becoming more independent, they become less independent. And there are many, many tragedies to this condition, but that is one of the most extraordinary ones.
If you talk about a young family that they suddenly go to the doctor and their child is diagnosed with FOP, and it's like, my gosh, what do we do? So we are here to support those families, to mentor them, and by the use of videos and by letters and campaigns and meetings with people that have gone through it, to tell them what to expect and to sort of be there as a support group for people, because their lives are going to change drastically. Our goal is threefold: to fund research, to support families, and to find a cure.
The FOP community is extremely fortunate to have Dr. Kaplan, Dr. Shore, and the research team so dedicated and so passionate about their work on FOP. And we love them dearly, and we just don't know what we would do without them. We're very fortunate.
What we do as scientists and what we do every day is to wrestle with the destiny of this community in every way that we can. To see patients, to write wheelchair prescriptions for them. Hopefully people that follow us in the next generation won't have to do that. Solve their problems as best as we can and move the science forward. That's what we do every day.
The fact that we come from two different types of academic backgrounds really makes a big difference. Certainly Fred's background, clinical background, medical background is absolutely essential when you're studying a disease like FOP, any disease. For me, I come from a research academic background. My responsibility is to work with individual people in the lab to, again, break down that sort of big project goal. Coming at the problem from two different directions, I think, is very synergistic, and I don't think there's any question that we've been much more successful because we've been able to work together like that.
It's not like cancer or diabetes or Alzheimer's, where everybody's aware of it and everybody wants to find a cure. It's very difficult to raise funds for FOP because it is so rare. And it's just not on the radar as much as the other more well-known diseases. But the families, they're still devastated by what they see happening to a member of their family that has this disease. You can't do the research without the money. So it was up to the families, and they have led the grassroots effort to raise the funds. And 80% of the money is raised by families at fundraisers, from barbecues to golf tournaments to letter campaigns, garage sales, bake sales, everything that you can name.
To fund research and watch it expand because you're funding it. Research exists. There's 5 more people in the lab. There's 10 more people in the lab because someone's funding research.
I think families really need to probably step it up even more than they have, and get new families involved with fundraising, make FOP as known as we can.
It's probably more important that we have the funds now than before we discovered the gene, because now the excitement is there, we've discovered the gene, now we have to find out how to manipulate that gene. And it takes research dollars, just like it did to discover the gene.
Our stories, no matter when they've happened and no matter how old our children are, our stories are often way too familiar. And I would welcome the day that the stories really changed. Wouldn't that be great?